I'm starting to wonder, am I the only person that feels like entertainment just isn't entertaining anymore? I've been spending some time trying to enjoy this world. For the last 2 years of my life, I've been working very hard, trying to be a creator, trying to understand the lifestyle, know what circles I should be in, what ones I shouldn't be. Just the world as a whole, it's changed so much for me. Just two some years ago, I was working at a company called Dev Digital, being a SEO manager and pretty much managing websites to help them try to get number one on Google and whatnot. And now here I am out in Miami, being a creator, meeting icons, meeting the people I always wanted to, and etc. And I'm the type of person that I like to enter stuff slow, but when I get a hang of it, I go full speed. So, being a creator, I spent the last 2 years of being a student. I wanted to learn the game. I wanted to make sure I don't make any mistakes whatsoever because, for one, not only a nigga was doing politics, but I had something to uphold. I'm someone that's supposed to break the narratives. So I had to make sure I had everything aligned perfectly so the brand makes sense. So I've been learning and learning and learning. This is more so somewhat kind of like my master year. I'll be going into it next year. I think next year is completely going to be my master year for many reasons. It's horse year. Let's go. It's going to be amazing. But nonetheless, I've been trying to enter life again. Since I spent these last 2 years trying to understand how I'm going to exist in this new world that I'm living in, I haven't really been diving into pop culture. If you follow my tweets, a lot of people know that I use a lot of songs and things from movies or whatever's like trending right now. If you notice, I just now really started getting, I would say, updated on what everyone else is watching. I went to go see Superman. I went to go see Sinners. I went to go see Fantastic Four. I walked out of Superman. Damn near walked out of Fantastic Four if I didn't talk to my best friend and tell him I wasn't gonna walk out. And it's like, what has happened? Is it Marvel is watched? Well, no. I used to love to play video games. I'm picking up Battlefield 6. It's fun, but it's not as fun as it was. And I tell myself, maybe I'm getting older. Maybe it just isn't what it was. It's not I'm getting older. Content has gotten gray. I said in the description of this, it feels like we living in Toontown, nigga. Has anyone played the Toontown game where they suck you up, no diddy, and they take away all your happiness and joy, and everyone's surrounded by the gray? That's what it feels like we living in. Life just isn't fun no more. Entertainment just isn't fun no more. It's not as good as it was. Horror movies are trash. Video games are trash. Superhero movies are trash. Sports are trash. Right now, every sports fan in football and basketball are saying, at least for those two sports, are saying that it's not as good as it was. Now, I'll tell you what, during the time of Jordan, people would say it would never get better. But I tell you, during the time of Brian, people argued it was better than the time of Jordan. No one is arguing that this current era in basketball is better than any era before. So what has happened? America as a whole, we are a newer country, and we treat people like they're bank accounts and not really humans. And the more you can see this country progress, the more that it evolves, the more that we're treated like cattle. They used to actually try to entertain us. You can see this even in video games when they started adding loot boxes and they started adding these games to service. It wasn't about entertaining the consumer anymore. It's about how can they milk them dry. And I think the internet helped accelerate that, because it showed them that these people can push this BS to us and can get it trending and they can get it to sell. So without the internet, they had to give us good product because word of mouth was more important. They can fake it now with bots. So they understand that they can inflate these numbers. The problem is they've been able to get W's from creating bad product for the last 4 or 5 years. Now they're putting it into full drive and we have nothing to really enjoy. Everything that we loved before has been shifted. It's mid. It's mid. Everyone is super disappointed. I go to see Superman. Nigga, I never been so disappointed in the last 5 years of my life like I was when I went to go see Superman. I'm gonna tell you what. I don't talk much about Palestine. I don't talk much about Israel, but I am a nationalist. I have been a nationalist through and through. When I had problems with some Jewish communities and some Jewish organizations back in 2024 when I wanted to investigate the tunnels, I tell you, I never really stood in between the Palestinian thing because I feel like that when you get to that point, you're leaving nationalism and start worrying about globalism. I don't want to see kids get gunned down. But at the same time, I don't want to see homeless Americans more than that. So I'm saying that to say this. Imagine my black ass walking into Superman where I have to look at Gaza stuff all day, Israel all day, and I walk in to see Superman. I'm going to see Superman beat the shit out of Lex Luthor. Tell me where the fuck does the Superman directors think that my black ass want to walk in there and hear about Gaza and see Superman standing up with Gaza? That's not what I'm going to see Superman for. What the fuck has happened to the entertainment industry? I don't want to spoil them. I don't want to spoil the movie. I hate spoilers. So massive spoiler warning. Massive spoiler warning. But if you see, it's only about the beginning of the Superman movie. So click off for like 2 minutes real quick and I'll be quick. But it's just about the propaganda that it pushes. Because I haven't seen the whole movie. I walked out. But tell me why. Here comes the spoilers. Superman, the strongest man in the whole world, out of all heroes, no one's stronger than Superman. He has the strongest villains. Until he ran into Lois Lane. Lois Lane starts to grill him about war. Starts to grill him about people right. Starts to grill him about borders. And Superman just stands defenseless in the beginning of the movie. Just letting Lois get into his ass, no diddy. And the movie goes on to start playing like Superman type theme music when he starts to like see her side. So I'm guessing Superman is like pro Gaza or whatever it's supposed to make a relation to. Problem is, Jews own the movie. So you got Democrats out there saying, oh, Superman, he's anti-war, and anyone that's against it, they're just against the Superman. You're a dumb fuck. You're just as dumb as niggas that was doing the Black Panther symbol. Nigga, it's made by Jews. It doesn't make sense. They're pushing content that's made by people that they're claiming that they're enemy. Bro, you being played. They're monetizing the shit out of you. You mean to tell me Hollywood just randomly got taken over by Muslims? And you mean to tell me Muhammad and Abdul and Jabbar, they made the recent Superman movie? I bet the fuck not. Ain't no Muslim make no damn Superman movie, nigga. Ain't no Muslims put no Superman movie. They have Muslim propaganda all up in that shit. Ain't no one trying to see that shit. That's not the truth. Jewish people made the new Superman movie because it's bigger than the bullshit that's pushed online. It's about getting your money. They knew that people would push it. But my question is, why are people pushing it? Why are we pushing bad products? I used to love The Boys. Another spoiler warning. Why would they turn Homelander into pretty much Trump? They say Homelander became a depiction for Trump. Who the fuck wants to see that? I don't walk my ass back home after working all day, dealing with political bullshit, dealing with debates all day. Who the fuck wants to go home and see the Homelander go laser beam the fuck out of somebody and everyone starts cheering? What has happened to entertainment industry? It's been so politicized. And I know it's not new. Godzilla was political. A lot of people don't know that. When they had Godzilla big ass first come out, he was destroying nukes and shit. So he was symbolic, but dude, there is a way to do it and not make it cringe. The entire world was genuinely worried about nuclear war. And these niggas actually got hit. So it makes sense for them to talk shit about nukes. We are dealing with people that are standing with this Palestinian thing that's never been offended or attacked, assaulted, or affected in any negative way by the people they saying that's their enemy. Ivy League colleges, which people claim were Jewish not too long ago, are standing against The whole Israel thing. Politics has ruined everything. I'm sorry. I'm a dude. I'm a black dude. I don't want to see Black Lives Matter shit. I don't want to feel like I'm watching Black Panther and think I'm getting reminded of anything in my real life. Because I want to see the Black Panther engage with Captain America and beat the shit out of villains. That's okay. If I want to see politics, I would get my ass on Fox News. But they've made entertainment either to push a message or to push for more monetization. It's just not entertaining, man. It's super depressing. It's super depressing. It's just not what it was. I hear this time and time again. People aren't enjoying the entertainment industry. It's just gotten too old to us, man. Like, we've seen it all. And they're not really trying anything new. All video games have been bad. All television been bad. All sports been bad. But it's only because of lack of effort. And we're seeing they're trying to cut corners. You hear about woke developers firing off people that stand up against wokeness and trying to give us a good product. No, they want to make a message. Tell me why Disney keep announcing these female-led roles if it flops every time. We seen with USAID that it's beyond pushing a movie. It's about pushing a message. We seen our own eyes, with our own eyes, that USAID was paying Hollywood directors, Hollywood studios, even PR firms that was pushing celebrities for commercials to push propaganda on the masses. What more proof do we can need that these people aren't trying to really make money? There was once a time, and this is the thing. I know it sounds like a contradiction because I said it's either monetization or pushing a message. You guys got to understand that there is some type of status quo to where they get paid on the back end for pushing a message. If USAID could pay individuals to speak out against Donald Trump and the border wall, what could be paid for movie studios to push an entire film on propaganda? Why would they destroy Hollywood? Why are they breaking humans down? Some might say in 2020, entertainment reached an all-time high. We were in the year of the rat. We're entering the year of the horse next year, and I think this is going to be the absolute worst year for entertainment that we're entering. Because they can't give us a product anymore. They're treating us like cattle. America just isn't what it was. I felt human in the past, you know. I felt like when I watched the commercial, it was just targeting me as a consumer because they wanted me to make a product. Purchase a product. Now I feel like they're trying to manipulate me, the consumer, into being a different man after I watch the bullshit on TV. It is absolutely unreal. And you would think with Hollywood dying, because we're actually living in the age of Hollywood death and celebrities. Streamers now have more clout than celebrities. You would think that in this age that we would have less propaganda, that we would start to have good content. But no, it's almost as if they're going all the way since they know they are out of time. They can't revert it. They've tried to make themselves look cool. They've tried to collaborate with streamers. They've tried to find a way to enter the new consciousness. You see, people used to worship celebrities. Hollywood notices that they no longer have the clout they used to. So now they're bringing streamers in. And instead of trying to get rappers to get kids to be zesty, why do you think almost every streamer has content of them acting zesty? Why is being quote unquote fake gay one of the highest driving sources of views on the internet? It's not random. These people have PR firms. Do your research on these PR firms like Night Media. How they're manipulating the youth into doing the same things that rappers did, maybe less violent, but it's causing men to be less masculine. Streamers actually get paid to push up content of them getting cheated on. Fake relationships, fake cheated, of humiliation. To put guys into the mood that is okay, that is normal, and you're supposed to constantly experience that. Like, man, no. Men are supposed to be proud of themselves. We're supposed to see content that uplifts us. We have the most doomer content that we're being gifted with right now. Shit is horrible. It's depressing. Like, you have people getting off work and rather sit on a porch than dive into the TVs anymore. Even social media is reaching its peak. And it's because of the eras like TikTok. Like, our attention span has gotten so short. We so overstimulated. And I think we're reaching a bubble that People, mainly Americans, you can see it out in Asian countries specifically. We've seen the world of social media come. We've seen the world of the internet come. We've seen the world of online celebrities, and we have started to get overstimulated. We see the end result of OnlyFans that girls are committing suicide. We see the end results of transgender surgeries. The same can be said of what was happening to them, unfortunately. But it takes some time for us to see the negatives and things. And we're seeing the negatives and us being overstimulated. We can sit down on Netflix for 4 or 5 hours until we find a movie. That's absolutely insane when we still have to go to movie gallery to get one. But because we have so many options, it makes us care less about what's in front of us. In the age of information, it's easy to hide information as it was than when, compared to when it was censored. Because if you can flutter someone's timeline with so much bullshit, they're never going to know what's real. We have been so overstimulated that nothing is entertaining to us no more. We've had the best video games. We've had the best television. We've had the best everything, and all at once. And it's at the point now that we got so attached to the content that's coming in front of us that after a while we stopped paying attention to how good it was. Now that we're noticing that they're giving us slop, it's a little bit too late. People are trying to go out to the gyms. People are trying to go out and get nature. People are trying to travel out the country because we're starting to feel empty. And it's making me feel like the elites have won on a new way to break us down because we're feeling empty. What do people do when they become empty? They start exploring. And I think they want to get us to start exploring into things that's beyond what's the internet. That's beyond social media. That's beyond these celebrities. I think they're about to get us to start experimenting in something different. See, I have a conspiracy. And what's up to my boy, man? Shout out to my boy, Beijing Bong, and all of the people that's chatting, because everyone that chats, they help make this better for me. When I'll talk to myself, and that's fine. But man, having those chatters, that's everything, man. Having the chat is everything. But I got to get better on releasing content. I got to get better on being consistent because ain't no one about to talk if they don't know I'm going to be here today and gone tomorrow. But we're going to get into that too. But they have prepped us to pretty much beg for something new. So what happens when they make television trash, when they make movies trash, when they make sports trash and video games trash? Well, if those were the systems that we all depended on, and they're intentionally asked now, we're going to do what? Start searching for something new. And what would that replacement be? AI. I don't know specifically just yet how AI would be a new source of entertainment, but God damn it, is it coming? And when it does come, and it's going to be new and fresh, everyone is going to be primed and ready to leave everything they're doing for that new source of entertainment. It's as if they're getting us prepped and ready. And this is how the elites work. They'll trash other products to put light on a different one. We have to think outside the realm of man. These people are playing chess like we never could even imagine, just to manipulate us all into being cattle. They're going to give us a new source of entertainment. And you see, they kind of tried it with the VR glasses and whatnot. With Mark Zuckerberg flop, he tried it. Mark tried it. But the people weren't ready. They're going to get ready eventually. We had a lot of great content during the time that he dropped those that meta virtual reality. We don't have as much good content. In 2020, there was so much to overstimulate. TikTok took over the world. That's just not today. People are logging off of social medias. People not even using Google. They said ChatGPT is now starting to be searched more than Google. People are shifting. People are definitely shifting. And I think the next source of entertainment is AI, and that'll give full control to the masses. Social media, etc., gives us some type of power. But if AI becomes a full entertainment, then we're waiting on a system to entertain us. It'll be completely different, and now it'll take the power away from the people to something similar to Hollywood in the 20s, to where the only way you could be a celebrity is if the people that own the cameras will put them on you. Things are changing. And I like this. Beijing Bong said, literally saw a guy talking to Grok for like 20 comments to win an argument against the original tweet. Was hilarious, to be honest. It's funny today, but it's not going to be so funny in the future. Because you got a dystopian world that we're starting to live in. And people have been so dumbed down and so broken down that they're depending on a machine for interaction. You got to understand, man, this is planned. This is planned. Why else would they have young men get to the point where they only have like 4 sexual partners in their life? That blows my mind. Jesus help these men. They say that men, young men, only have 4 sexual partners in their life in current times. Jesus. If you get a man that desperate, he'll be willing to have sex with AI. And let's say if a man goes 5, 6 years without getting lucky, and then you get AIs to be able to please this man, he's not going back. Birth rate's going to decrease more than ever. More than ever. For AI to work, for people to be submissive, we had to have a few systems come before. And that's with the the attack on genders, the attack on femininity, the attack on masculinity. Those things brought us to here. And where we are right now are submissive men that are desperate, looking to get laid. AI is going to come and save them, but destroy them at the same time. And it'll make less women. It'll give women less options, and make the men that have the current options more, least likely to get married because they're in abundance. So I can see the birth rates decreasing more and more. And all this stems from entertainment not being entertaining anymore. People right now are watching streamers, parasocial relationships at a whole time high. Because people are being primed into getting their entertainment from someone else, instead of going out and finding it themselves. A lot of people are now using streamers to watch YouTube. They'll, instead of going to YouTube themselves, they'll wait to see what the streamer's going to post. And hey, if that's how you like to enjoy yourself, that's cool. But understand, you priming your brain, prepping it up for what comes next. And it'll be absolute total control. It'll be absolute total control, in my opinion. As far as Miami, it has been crazy here. It's been crazy. I get a lot of messages about women down here in Miami, and I hear that Miami women are the worst. And I would say, yeah, they are the worst by a large portion. But bro, it really is about your common sense. You can't expect certain things from certain women. Like I said, it took me about 2 months to really understand Miami. So I took my time to understand what women to talk to and what not to talk to. After talking to about 4 women that tried to charge me just to be around them, I knew what women to start to avoid, type of lifestyles that they have, etc. But you have some men that's so addicted to specific women that their whole reality is going to be revolved around a bad woman or a bad experience. And that's something else I'm seeing that the elites are doing. They're increasing the amount of bad experiences that we're having. Like I said, if we're not enjoying the world around us, we will start looking for alternatives. It could be drugs, but in my opinion, it's going to be AI. Almost every problem that we're having right now that was created because, the elites, they give us a problem, then they're the solution. But the solution is always, always more control. It's just like when we have problems and we have new government offices that come up. Those government offices, they sound so redeeming. They sound exciting that this is going to fix everything. And then, shit, in less than 12 years, you'll see that it was a complete disaster. Taking the data from Americans. Hell, man, there's no limitations to what a new government office can become in 12 years. And that can be said about just overall human consciousness. Things that are being presented to us today, we'll see far in the future of what the end goal is, It took us a while to see what the end goal was of things like Black Lives Matter, but then you see that they were trying to push a race war, and they were trying to get black people to vote Democrat, and they were trying to get black people to convince the Hispanics to fight and the Asians to fight. And they had an idea to make all the minorities fight against the conservatives to try to increase their dominance throughout elections. Things aren't always what they seem. Sometimes it takes a little bit of time to see where time is going. But I don't believe for one moment that entertainment industries have gotten so bad by random effect. It had to been intentional. It had to been intentional. Young kids nowadays aren't enjoying video games. They aren't enjoying TV. They aren't enjoying the same things. But they're gooning. They're watching OF girls. They're watching attractive streamers. And it's like, you see what I'm talking about? The problem with that, guys? Instead of having the youth focusing on all these other things. It's brainless, don't get me wrong, music and etc. I mean, even hip hop now, they said hip hop used to be the number one genre in the world in like 2016 and 17. Now I don't know if it even ranks top four. But people have to go somewhere. They're going to OnlyFans. Young men are trying to goon instead of trying to swoon. Like, the fuck is going on? Bro, you have actual young men that are logging into specific girls' OnlyFans and keeping up with them as if it's their girl. That would have been shunned and shamed in the past. But they've been so beaten down and gotten so desperate that that is entertainment now. That porn is socially acceptable. Man, they had to groom kids to be to this point. Overly sexual content. They've groomed kids to be to this point. But the top content now is degenerative as it could have ever been. Instead of people going out doing drive-bys, etc., and killing each other, we're killing each other by not even reproducing. This is the least that, this is generation right here, Generation Z, and somewhat millennials are having kids less than any generation in American history. We're looking for alternative routes for everything. We've been pushed into a corner of being afraid for our lives to live our lives. We're afraid to have kids because we say we can't afford them yet. We're afraid of commitment because we're so worried about our wife or our husband having a sneaky link. We see it all the time on the internet. We see all this negative reinforcement. And we're afraid. People are afraid of becoming the next story that they saw on the internet. People don't want to be that. People don't want to be the next example. You don't want to be the next one to go viral. You don't want to marry the drunk. We're doing everything we can to prevent that because we're so overstimulated with so many negative options that we're being told that's out there. We are afraid to take a jump. We're afraid to live our life. Young adults at the age of 19 were already finding their partner they wanted to marry back in the 1930s. And today we have people at the ages of 40s and 30s. My dad had me at the age of 30. I'm 31 now. I'm already late. But I'm terrified to give my heart to someone. Terrified because, man, with me, when I fall in love for some reason, like, man, without love, I'm like a dog. I'm a dog zodiac. I'm a dog. But when I fall in love, the thing is I give everything up. I change everything. I go from being a conqueror to a protector. And I get so vulnerable when I really fall in love. So I've only had like 3-4 girlfriends in my life, but I get so vulnerable. It's easy to come into and flip my shit up and, manipulate me because I let down so many barriers that I put up to protect myself. And it feels good sometimes to let those barriers down. But it intimidates me because I'm the type I don't actually cheat. I know everyone hears that. But I'm going to tell you because it really, really hurts if someone cheat on me because I'm like, man, I ain't even have my fun, bro. But I'm the type I don't cheat because I'm like an Aries. We like things the way they are and just keep going straight. We got tunnel vision like you never seen before. So I like a current situation. I don't try to steer off from it. But if I found out it isn't as genuine or authentic, shit like that, it does a lot of damage to me. Because it's like, man, I had every chance to do the wrong thing multiple times. And I chose to be right. And now I'm looking like a simp, looking like a cup. So many young men feel the same way. We're afraid of giving our heart because we're reinforced all the time on the internet that this woman will not be for you. Even if she's perfect. I mean, hell, just turn on one podcast and you'll find 1,000 reasons why not to look for a wife. And you might find 2 on why you should. We have been reinforced with being afraid of being in love. We're afraid of attempting anything. We're waiting on it. Most people are waiting on that person to come. Back in the past, men pursued women. They tried to swoon them. But at the same time, they knew they wouldn't be looking stupid. Men are so afraid of being dumb. Women these days are ruthless. I mean, look at the group chats. They have so many options. And they've always had options, but women never had this many options to where a celebrity can reach out to them. Like, celebrities used to not be accessible. Tom Cruise could not message a random fan that just liked his movie back in the past. She had to be there. The accessibility, even if a woman doesn't get to meet Tom Cruise, the possibility of her being able to meet Tom Cruise exists. And since that possibility exists, it changes the status quo of women. Maybe he didn't message today, but he has the opportunity to. She can align herself with crews a lot easier than she could in the past. Does change in her perception of reality, does change in her expectations for what she can get. It's horrible. And in Miami, it is kind of intensified because everyone is expecting what you can do for them. Everyone is, trying to show what they can offer, which you should. You shouldn't try to enter high circles without being able to offer something yourself. Nobody likes a leech. But when it comes to women, they're trying to find the best target. They're trying to find the man with the most money for the most part, and everything else that comes second. And it's very competitive. So when I moved to Miami, like I moved to every city, I started to become that city. When I went to Miami, I was like straight Atlanta. I mean, when I went to Atlanta, I was like a straight Atlanta person. Like, twin, all this and that. Like my whole vocab, like I was straight Georgia. I came from Georgia. Uh, when I went to Nashville, I didn't become a cowboy because I don't like country music like that. But I do have a few songs I will say Nashville got me to start rocking with. But I did match the Nashville vibe. I was really, Ford Mustang, things like that. Real chilled dude, kind of relaxed clothes and stuff like that. Didn't go out that much to the bars. Went to go see nature. Went to do a lot of country stuff. I really got to become a Nashville type dude. And now that I moved to Miami, I just became the city. I got like, what the hell am I doing with a Corvette? Like, where did that come from? Like, you just start doing stuff because you're so motivated to be as good as the next man, at least me. I'm super competitive, but never to be a hater. I get so inspired from seeing great things and great people. It inspires me to want to have more. And Miami definitely did that. Like just coming here, I just wanted to have more and everything. I was like, okay, I've been creating 2 years. I need more to show for it. And now that I got that, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I miss this. This is what made me a creator. Talking, running my damn mouth. This is what I need to be doing, man. Yeah, I enjoy the car. Yeah, I enjoy the lifestyle. I enjoy going to clubs, but I miss this. My heart is screaming for this. I need to get back at this. I need to start breaking news. I need to start covering my stories. I need to get back on Alex Jones. I need to get on Fox News. I need to go back to the White House. I need to get on CNN. I need to get back on Forbes. What am I doing? I'm enjoying myself too much. So I'm just here to be vulnerable and tell you it happens to everyone. We have to lock in. It's so easy to enjoy the spoils of this war, of this world. But you start burning people on the end. We got to know how to start taking care of ourselves, but to an extent. I've gone 2 years out taking care of myself, so I want to go all the way in and start overly taking care of myself. I got to take care of my people. They want to hear these videos. They want to see these videos. I got to drop some videos. And the more I do it, you can see the appreciation because people start to show up more and more the more that I post. So I appreciate you. The 4 viewers, the 5 viewers, I appreciate it. I need to come back to this. I need to stay doing this and I need to be consistent because this is what I love doing. Man, I get joy out of going viral like the next man does. But you guys got to know, I've gone viral from making other people viral. I do news and stuff like that. I'm ready to start going viral myself. I'm ready to really start selling myself and let people really get to see me for who I am. Because for the most part, throughout my career, I was someone like a mysterious type person. No one really knew what I had going on. I wasn't really aura farming, but I didn't have much to say. But this is 2 years here. Like all I had to say was about the world, about the things that needed to be changed in the world, for my perception. I got to go on the inside and see, and now I'm on the inside looking out, opposed to being on the outside looking in. And there's a lot I need to reveal. It might get me blackballed in some areas, but hey, that's why y'all follow me. I was fearless. I'm supposed to be fearless. I don't care about getting blackballed. It's about the people. That's what I was on. I need to get back on that. And I'll be honest with y'all, the money started to cloud my mind because I start getting attachments. I start saying, well, the car note costs. It costs a lot. I can start saying, oh, shoot, the rent costs a lot. I got to make sure I'm making this money, this money, this money, this money, this money. And it's like, bro, fuck the money. Entertain the people. That's your people. I miss talking to people. I miss engaging with y'all. I miss existing in this world. I do like it. Like I'm telling you, hanging with celebrities in Miami and stuff is cool, but I miss y'all. I miss doing this, man. I used to drop like 3, 4 YouTube videos every day in 2024 when I say Nashville. I got to lock back in. I have to lock in. And it's easy to lock out because Trump is president now and we don't have as much to complain about. Well, I got to be more creative. I got to start bringing y'all news. I got a lot of ideas. But outside of that, I have a lot to talk about. I have a lot to talk about, man. Life has been so different for me. I've had all kind of things, pregnancy scares and stuff, thinking I had people pregnant. Thank God I didn't. I've had all kind of stuff, that's happened that I would love to start breaking down and would love to start helping people to not make the same mistakes maybe I made.